Tornadoes. My name is Conrad, and how are you, buddy? Today is November 21st, 2025, and this is the daily Bipolar Mood Journal um, that I started, probably over a month ago now. Um, we started doing this journal because I had a manic episode, and one of the things that I wanted to start was some kind of daily practice to keep me grounded and aware of my disorder and my mood and the changes that I have and what might affect them. And so it's recommended that you can do journal, and I figured an audio journal would work for me, maybe better than even I've got. I think I don't have the concentration to sit there and write in a journal, my feelings. Every time I've tried to start that kind of practice, it's lasted only a few days, and it ends up just being a bunch of chicken scratch that I couldn't go back and reflect on anyways if I wanted to. And most of it, I mean, not that anything that I say here might matter either. Um, I think a lot of it is just getting the stuff out, getting it out of you, getting it out of me. Um, and so possibly if what you do is write in a journal and that's your practice, then it's probably just as well. But I thought it might be a good opportunity to take my story and the things that I deal with on a daily basis, or the mood that I have on a daily basis, and share it with others and hope that it can make us all that are going through this bipolar 1 disorder, or any kind of the bipolar spectrum, maybe make us not feel so alone, because that's kind of the toughest thing is um, you're always kind of sitting on edge knowing that you're a little bit different. Not, they tell you to say you're not broken, but if you're feeling normal, you still have this sense of, uh-oh, should I not be feeling so normal? And if you're feeling down, you wonder, like, oh, great, am I headed towards the depths? And, you know, I don't know what anybody's headed towards, or what I'm trying to stay in a 5, 5 out of 10. So, got a weird sheet today. It's not great. It's cloudy and rainy today, and I don't know about you, but my mood is definitely affected by the weather. So I have a mood lamp, like a LED red light mood lamp, that I don't know what the science is behind how that works. Or even this, like in the studio, turning on the bright lights and sitting here talking about how I feel definitely improves my mood. So, uh, but when I go outside or when I go upstairs and it's just cold and rainy and wet and heavy and dark, it's like Seattle or London. People talk about those places, and it's it seems miserable to me. From never being or having been to either one of those locations, I shouldn't say it's miserable, but if it's cold and wet and rainy and cloudy, then I don't think I'd get along too well, because this is it it does feel heavy when you're living with it, living in that. So, and I think that's for everyone. I'm not going to attribute um that to be a bipolar thing. There's just things that maybe affect us more than others. So, how's my mood today? 0 out of 10. I'm gonna go. It's a 4. I'm really stressed out about paperwork stuff, and I'm having trouble um, kind of organizing my. I just am having trouble organizing. It's very difficult right now for me to stay organized, and it's maybe been difficult for a really long time, and I've been trying to tell people that it's harder and harder, but just looking at a computer like spreadsheet kind of deal becomes overwhelming a lot quicker. I can sit there and take notes, I can have a normal conversation, I can talk to people, but when it comes down to like sitting behind a computer and going through spreadsheets or some kind of data and trying to um, be concentrated enough on that task without my mind wandering to 10 other things, it's just really difficult. So that's affecting my mood, knowing that that's something I have to get done or need to get done. And when I say I'm working on it, it's like I turn it on, I get logged into everything, I'm there, I'm to the point where I'm looking at this stuff, and then I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? And why does it even matter? And how does it matter? And and it's like, I should just, but I don't even know how to do, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm working on it though. I've done it before. I should know what I'm doing, but my memory, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. And I don't know if it's, I try my best to be, it makes me feel better when I look to see if memory is affected by manic episodes and the medicine I'm on, and to see that it is affected by those things, because it makes me feel like, oh my, okay, well, this is the disorder then, like this, I have some sort of cognitive decline when it comes to this kind of stuff, like executive function style stuff. But you just don't know what your limitations are yet. I don't know what my limitations are or what I'll get back, as I feel like I can get better every day. That's the goal. I mean, I think that's the goal, whether we're um dealing with bipolar or not. That's the goal, is to get better every day probably, but you're caught in this, oh, there's like a wall between what you knew and what you don't know, and you remember being on the other side of the wall, but you don't remember how or why or how you got to where you're at. And anyways, that's what I'm kind of feeling today, is a little bit down and depressed. So I'd say I'm about a 4. And I'm blaming the weather, and I'm blaming you. No, I'm not blaming you. Um, yeah, what influenced this rating? For sure, the weather, the rainy day outside. Sleep might be the next thing. Um, they talk about this circadian rhythm. This, um, you need to go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. I still need to get that balanced out. Um, I I fell asleep like around 8:30, and I had to get up around 4:30, but I went back to sleep till 6:30, so maybe I got 10 hours, which seems like a lot, but the medication that I'm taking, I think sometimes can make people sleep for even longer. I feel all right. My energy level, so like, was it restorative woke? I don't know if it was restorative. I just woke up and there were some things to do, and I went ahead to not let the day get away from me. Sometimes it will do that for us people. Um, is like dropped the kids off at school and went straight to my in-laws to work on a project that we had out there that I was hoping to get to yesterday, and just got focused on the paperwork side, the computer work stuff, and got real confused by it and frustrated and scared and nervous and didn't know what to do with it. And then it was time to get the kids. I went and exercised. I didn't do that today. I just went straight to work, basically, and or to work on this. Might as well be work. When I'm helping people who have helped me so much, it's as important to me as what a job would be. So how's my symptoms? Mood, depressed, hopeless, irritable, elevated, neutral. I would say I'm a mixture of neutral and depressed. I don't feel hopeless. There's hope. I don't feel irritable. I definitely don't feel elevated. So that's probably all a good thing. And what about thoughts? Do I have racing thoughts, distractible, calm, or racing or distractible? I still have a bit of the racing thoughts that are all over the place, so maybe a mixture of both of those. And there's just so much going on after a manic, at least this last one, of a path that I don't know what we're going down. You know what I mean? I don't know how to. It's new. I'm Alice in Wonderland, man. I'm walking down a path, and thank goodness, which this doesn't have my gratitude check-in. I got my wife, who I'm grateful for, and my kids, and my in-laws, and just the family. I got my family that's still stuck with me throughout all this. My brothers and sisters who have stuck with me in their own ways. Um, Even the ones who I don't hear from much. I'm sure it's all n- nothing meant by it. If that, people don't know how to deal with crazy. I do know that. Um, and people don't want to. And it's a lot. That's why I'm so grateful for my wife, because it's it's a thin line, probably, before you just don't want to lose everything. And it feels like I got close to losing everything, and I don't want to lose anything. So, and it wasn't, I don't know, that gets back into the mania and what happens when you go through a manic episode. But that's my distractible thoughts happening. My hyper focus, avoidant, productive, withdrawn, or hyper focused, avoidant, or productive. I've been doing my best to be productive today. If I think helping my in-laws get, something done that they wanted to get done, um, I wasn't hyper focused on that. You know what I mean? I wasn't avoiding it anymore. I was productive on it and moved forward towards it. So feeling pretty good about that, actually. Um, I don't think I have any withdrawn dissociation, so I'm gonna put none there. And severe psychosis related, I'm gonna put none. I don't have any psychosis related symptoms going on today. No paranoia or spiritual intrusive thoughts. Nothing like that. Medications, have I been taken as prescribed? Yes. I do need to go get my prescription that I think is at the pharmacy. And side effects. So stressors today is paperwork, as always, is a stressor. Family, that I have some family issues that are going on with my extended family, my dad, and stuff like that that are kind of weighing me down. But that's just the day. The wins and progress for today. Doing the show is a win. Helping the in-laws is a win. I got progress there. And the day's not over, brother. Who knows? I might be able to get something else done today. So, support needed. Yeah, I need. I just need those who do understand to not judge me based on what I now am not able to do. You know, if I used to be able to organize books like for business and now I'm not that capable right now, I don't like to be judged because it's not that I'm not trying. It's not that I'm not. It's like looking at the book and it's like I'm reading the title of it. I'm like, this book looks good. I think I've read it before. Opening it and it's all blank. That's how it feels. Um, what emotion surprised you today? What felt the heaviest? Um, the emotion that surprised me today was I guess I got a little nervous when we had to go to get some parts for something that my father-in-law and I were working on, and we had to go to a friend of his place, and I got a little anxious about just seeing somebody that I don't know what they know about me, but it turned out to be fine. Um, where do I see progress and recovery? Just the continued aspect of doing the show, I think, is progress. So I'm gonna call it a win. How did humor or faith help today? Um, I try to keep both of them at the forefront of all of it. I try to understand t- that it's a path I haven't been down before, that it's a road I haven't been down before, and I don't have to know it all. So letting go of control. And it's not that I'm not trying to do things, it's that things seem, the steps, the processes of them seem, oh, hard. Not hard. I don't know. They just don't seem there. Like that, I don't see the steps of how to do it. I see the top of the staircase, like, oh, is that what you want done? And then I'm here, but I don't know the steps to get there. Um, so what would taking it easy on myself look like? Yeah, I do need to take it easy on myself. And the reason I say that is because, you know, by looking through, by looking through like the old paperwork and what happened during my manic episode as far as spending, yeah, it was like on nothing and too much every day, just living off of a credit card for a month. But also just seeing how recent it actually was and knowing how recent, sometimes your manic episode can feel like it happened yesterday, even though it might have happened a year or 2 years ago. But for me, it was it's only a few months ago, and I need to understand that even though when I snapped out of it and I was back on, I guess, back on track, got my mind back, um, just got out of that manic state, that manic episode. I've been doing everything to not go into a depression, but not really understanding that I got to give my brain some time to recover. And I don't know how. I mean, I'm doing that. I'm doing it now. It naturally happens, but I don't know the right answer on how to do certain things. And I think sometimes people always looked at me to have the answer. And so now I'm looking at all them and I'll do anything, but I need somebody to tell me like literally how to do it, or literally what to do sometimes. So I'm not gonna sit here and it's just been tough. It's been a tough day, but tomorrow will be better. And today might get better. So I'm going to get out of here, though. That's the Daily Mood Journal for today. Thank you to my wife and kids. They're the ones I'm grateful for the most. And just be good to yourself. And we did our gratitude check in. I talked about my mood. I talked about why my mood was the way it was and my energy levels, sleep. I'm not feeling like I have any psychosis at all today or any really recently. So that's a good thing. I feel pretty much back to normal, which gets scary because when you feel like you're back to normal, you think everything should be back to normal. And that's when I need to give myself a little bit of grace for how long, or how recent it was. So, um, with that being said, have an okay day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be good to yourself.